Hey guys, I want to talk about something. I done a video yesterday. I asked a question. If something was to happen, you had to leave your home, do you think you can make it on minimum gear? Now I got a lot of great responses, and I've got a couple responses. There's some elderly people that, they couldn't leave because they're handicapped or they would need help to bug out. And if they couldn't get help, they would have to stay. That's understandable. And I've got a few comments that there's no way I would leave my preps. That is being programmed. That is being programmed that you can't do anything unless you're at your homestead, at your bug out location with your preps. Now, I asked this question. If there was a huge wildfire coming your way and it's burning and destroying everything, how are you going to fight that wildfire if there's no power? Now, well, I got solar panel. I'll just hook up. What are you going to do? Fight a wildfire with a water hose? But you're going to stand there and you're not going to leave your home. You're going to die. You're going to let your family die just so you can have your preps. Because you're programmed, it's going to be too hard. You can't make it. People need to deprogram themselves. I mean, that is just absolutely crazy talk that you're going to stay and try to battle a wildfire and take a chance of you burning to a Krispy Kreme and have your family, your kids, your grandkids get burned up just because I ain't leaving my preps. That's stupid. Plain but stupidity. If they are a SHTF situation, there's nobody going to come to the rescue. There's going to be no EMTs. There's going to be no firefighters. There's going to be nothing to save you. Say a tornado hits and it just wipes everything out. You see it coming and you could grab what you can and you could take off and try to get away from there. But you're going to tell me you're going to stay at your homestead or your bug out location just because your preps are there and you're not going to leave it because you don't think you can make it? It's impossible to make it without that stuff, and you're going to die and your family's going to die. Again, stupidity. Third scenario. Say there's a group of you, 10, 15, 20 of you. Say there's a group of marauders coming. Who do you think's going to be the marauders? Take a minute. Who do you think's going to be the main marauders? It's not going to be the gangs. It's going to be the police. It's going to be the National Guard. It's going to be the military, because everything's going to be broke down and they're going to have the training. They're going to have the gear. They're going to have the armor to go out and get what they need to make it for their families to make it. Now, you're going to sit there and you're going to tell me if there's a group of 30 heavily armed military vehicles pulling up, say a couple of Humvees with 50 cows, a couple of Strikers or M2 Bradleys, or hell, even an M1 Abrams tank. You're going to stand there with your semi-automatic weapon and try to fight that off, knowing you're going to die, knowing your family's going to die, but you're going to just stay there to protect your preps? People, get deprogrammed. I had a lot of comments. Oh, it'd be too hard to do this. It'd be too hard to make it out in the woods. Well, I would much rather have the chance of making it out there than dying or watching my family die. Now, a lot of people is going to think it's too harsh. They're going to piss. This video is going to piss people off. So be it. If it pisses you off and it gets you thinking, if it kind of helps you deprogram, I'm all for it. I'm on YouTube to learn, stuff from people, and I'm also on here to help people. And if I can help deprogram somebody from thinking idiotic thoughts, my job's done. I'm happy. Now, you guys might take this, and just because I'm saying idiot, stupidity, you might take it the wrong way and want to unsub from me. That's your guys' business. I wish you the best of luck. But for a person to get on here and say, I'm not running, I'm staying here. I don't care if I had a pallet full of gold 6 foot high and there's a blazing wildfire coming, or a group of heavily armed marauders with fully automatic weapons, Humvee, and armor. My butt is grabbing what I can, and I'm leaving. I'm going the opposite. They can have anything and everything they want, as long as me and my boys and my wife are safe. Put me out in the woods, yeah, it will be extremely hard. But I am not one of these that's programmed thinking, oh, it's going to be too hard, I can't make it. I'm going to have a frontiersman mindset on top of a mountain man mindset in order to make it. You know, people, you're going to have to deprogram yourself from your gear and your preps. Yes, it's great to have, but in a life and death situation, the preps and the gear are not important. What is important is your life and your family's life. Deprogram yourself, people. Is it worth dying over a bunch of preps? Granted, you might have saved them back 5-10 years. Big friggin' whoop. My kid's life, my wife's life, my life is more important than those 5 years of preps. You know, a lot of people might not have watched the video all the way through and just made a crazy comment like that. But the video was, if a SHTF situation happened, then on top of that was a disaster. Let it be a flood, let it be, you know, a fire, let it be marauders, let it be a tornado coming through and just destroying everything. And if you stay, you're going to die. People said, I had a few people say, oh, I ain't leaving. I'm going to stick it out and I'm going to stay. You're programmed. By what I say, by programming, your preps and your gear is more important than your life and your family's life, because you think it's going to be too hard to go out and survive. Grab your nuts, people. Pull them up. Be a man. Be an adult. Life is not easy. Life is hard. I don't know. I'm not pissed off at anybody. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to get through to you guys. Yes, having your preps is important. Having gear is important. Having a community is important. But what's more important than all that crap is your life and the lives of your kids, your grandkids, your wife, your husband, whoever it may be. And staying to try to fight a blazing wildfire, or watching a tornado come through and just tearing everything up, or sitting there trying to fight off a heavily grouped, armored group of trained marauders is stupidity. Deprogram yourself, people. Yes, it will be extremely hard to grab just a little bit of stuff, a bug out bag, and maybe a couple of 5-gallon buckets full of supplies, and get away to a safer spot than where you're at. You know, I'm going to have guys, well, there's not going to be no safe spots, because there are going to be so many people. I got a video coming up that I'm going to talk about population reduction. But that has nothing to do with this. What I'm trying to deprogram yourself, people. Stop thinking it's impossible to make it. If you have the will, the want and the determination, you can do it. Will it be hard? Yeah, it'll be extremely hard. But if you got the will, if you got the want, and you got the determination, and you got babies sitting there depending on you, nothing is impossible. The word impossible are for people who's weak-minded, and don't have a backbone. If that pisses you people off, I'm sorry. I'm harsh. That's the way I believe it. That's the way I see it. You know, I'm not calling nobody names. I'm not putting nobody down. I'm just saying, people, get your butt deprogrammed. Because you're going to wind, with that programming thought, you're going to wind up dead. Your family's going to wind up dead. And you're going to lose your preps in the process. Let it be by fire, tornado, flood, marauders. What good are you then? You're going to be dead. Your family's going to be dead. Just because you don't have enough will, or you're so programmed, I got to stay, I got to stay, I got to stay, because you think it's going to be too hard to leave, to make it elsewhere. You can't do it without your preps. I can't do it without my chickens. I can't do it without my eggs. You know, I got to have all my preps that I've worked so hard for and give up. Well, I'd give that up in a heartbeat to save me and my baby's lives and my wife's life. Because I'm not programmed. I'm a survival. I'm a survivor. I'm going to get out there, I'm going to survive, and I'm going to thrive. Just not for me, for my family. Because they are more important than I am. They are more important than the preps. That's what I'm trying to point across to you guys. Deprogram yourself. Your preps, yes, they are important, but they're not more important than you and your family's lives. You know, again, people might take this video the wrong way. They might dislike it. They might tell me cuss me every which way from Sunday. And they might unsubscribe from me. That's fine. That's your guys' choice. But I hope in the long run, this video will stick in their minds and help deprogram them. Because you got to lose the programming. Preps are important. Homestead is important. Yes, it is important. But your life and your family's life is more important. If the mountain men can do it and the frontiers people could do it, we can do it. Why? People think we can't do it today? Because they're soft. They're weak. They're held down by material things. Not me. What makes me going is my family. That's what makes and keeps me going. But tell me what you guys think. You know, I'm prepared to get my butt chewed out by a lot of people. You know, I'm prepared to lose a lot of subs. But it's a harsh what I said, yes. But that's because people are programmed. If you speak against what they believe in, you're wrong. But guys, be safe. I hope this video helped. I hope it opened some minds, and I hope it deprogrammed some people or got people on the path of being deprogrammed. Until the next one, guys, be safe and keep preparing. Bye for now.